because I.
Am I waiting here?
You wait there.
Oh,
I'll just
you're
go
on the
across. I'll just going across the trampoline.
When we all go home, do you go on that trampoline
Yeah.
in your suit and Crocs?
I should do, shouldn't I? Hello and welcome to Pottering with me, Tom Allen. Today we've been very much battling the sun already, so it's going to be a very sunny episode. Hopefully it won't be too bright for my guest, who's the wonderful Jess Wright. And Jess, a lot of people came to know through her appearances in The Only Way Is Essex, and I came to be friends with Jess when she appeared on Cooking with the Stars, which is the programme I co-host with Emma Willis, and I thought she would be a lovely guest to join us here in the garden. Oh, and also, I've been given some questions and things from you, our viewers and listeners. Maybe Jess can help us answer those questions too, which would be nice, wouldn't it? Jess, thank you very much for joining me here in my little garden.
Oh, thank you for having me, Tom. It's delightful.
Well, I like to think it's a little tranquil moment for people to just be amongst the plants and the flowers.
Absolutely. Something that we were just discussing is like the older we get, like we're ancient, the more you just want to be with the plants and nature and in the garden.
I mean, I was amazed at how much it came on for me. Like, from sort of my late 30s, I realised I was actually an old woman. And then you realise actually the older people you knew growing up who loved gardening, I mean, they didn't start off like that. Obviously, they got into that. Yeah,
because you think when you're young, like, oh, I'll never be green-fingered, I'll always just, it's not really my thing.
So boring.
But then actually, naturally, you just kind of are like, like I actually didn't do it myself, but I got a rose bush planted in the garden.
Oh, wonderful, yeah.
But I feel like the next step will be me actually planting it myself.
Well, yeah, but I think sometimes there's a lot of fear around gardening, isn't there? That people are like, oh, you've got to do things a certain way. And I'm, as I always say, a proud novice. Like, I don't know nothing. So I'm learning as I go, and I have some help and guidance at times. And what I've actually learned is you can just shove something in a pot, and as long as you water it and give it some sunlight, it will probably be all right. It might not, but it probably will be.
No, but you've got a lot of plants going on in here, haven't you?
Well, we've enjoyed sort of ramming in as much as we can, and this in the summer is all sort of a wildflower bit around the trampoline.
The trampoline just kills me. It's hilarious because it's such a quaint, pretty little like kind of secret garden. Then you've got this like trampoline dug in the floor in the middle. It's brilliant.
Well, yes.
It almost needs like fairy lights around it.
Oh, that's a good idea actually. Maybe I should make more of a feature. I should always try and hide it.
No, I think embrace the trampoline now.
Maybe I should just embrace it actually.
I think you should.
And it's been said it might be a good way to kind of be creative actually. And it's probably good exercise. I should use it.
Definitely good exercise. Although at our age we might put our back out.
That's the thing, because we're old ladies.
We are old ladies.
But Jess, you have a garden of your own, don't you?
Yes, we have a garden. We actually did it up this year. Like we got it kind of relawned.
Well done.
Yeah, and then it was the choice that they were like, right, which plants do you want? And my husband was like, right, I've done the other stuff, you just need to pick the plants. And I was like,
that's a big task.
It's a big task, and the pressure was on because also it's about like what season, if they're going to last in the seasons, and if they're going to look right here.
Yeah.
But we did get a what's it called? I've forgotten the name now. The tree with the like kind of
like an Acer?
No, it's really pretty. I'll show you after, and I love it. But it grows, so it no longer looks like that. So you have to keep trimming it.
Oh, one of those.
But it's almost like redoing your hair every time. It's like
they're very demanding.
Yes.
To get things to look properly.
Too demanding.
And then if you have like buxus, which is that like neat hedge, we've got a bit of it over there. But that gets like caterpillars and stuff. So that's just like dying in front of you. So that goes from looking quite aesthetically pleasing to then just looking dead, and you can either replace it or get a different version of it. I think it is that kind of like little and often is the way to do it.
Yeah, it's like upkeep, isn't it?
Oh, for sure.
Which I'm just terrible at.
But I think that's the way of it. We've all got such busy lives, haven't we?
But I love all the hydrangeas. We've got white hydrangeas in our garden. I absolutely love them. But like you say, they're hard work. They're so demanding. Well, more than my 3-year-old.
Really? Yes.
No, not quite actually.
Well, I think hydrangeas. These were here when we moved in, and I mean they're not looking so white. In fact, they look a little bit dead over there. But they've been quite battered this year, I think, by the drought. Didn't help them because they need so much water. But when they're out, they look lovely.
Yeah.
But they can be quite dominant as well. But what other things did you go for? Can you remember?
What did we go for? We've got. I can tell you what they look like. They're really long stemmed and like gorgeous kind of buds that like white.
like purple. Oh, white.
We were going to go for purple, but we went for white.
Like agapanthus, are they?
It could be an agapanthus. I think it is an agapanthus.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Oh, lovely.
And they're like as you walk in, and then
Proud of myself for knowing that. I mean, you watch all these like gardening programs, and they'd say agapanthus, or as its Latin name is agapantha, blah 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 blah.
gosh.
And I never know any of that.
no.
But yeah.
We also got a what's it called? Gosh, it's not a hot air balloon.
Oh, like a bay tree or a pear tree?
No, it's.
Or
oh my gosh, what is it?
Is that a box maybe?
It's a round one.
Like a.
But it's got a name like.
I'm trying to think. I mean, it doesn't matter, does it? It doesn't matter.
What's it
But,
called? It'll come to me in a minute.
But it's a big pressure, I think, as well, because if you spend a lot of money on those plants,
Absolutely.
then you put them in the wrong place and then they go and die.
Oh well, my husband's furious because 2 weeks ago it was my 40th and we did a big bash in the garden.
Happy birthday.
Thank you. We had like a big stretch tent, and then like the whole year I was going to do it in London.
Oh yeah.
Because my husband was like, we've just done the garden.
Yeah, the last thing you want is everybody
We
in
are
their
not having-
stilettos.
Yeah, he's like, my grass. He's
Yes.
so precious about this grass.
So he's become a grass
Oh,
man.
like beyond, like every single night after work through the summer, he'd get back late from work because he actually works nearer here and we live the other side, and he would be watering every single ounce of plants and garden and.
It gets you, doesn't it?
By the time he was finished, I'm like, I'm going to bed. I'm shattered.
But
like,
it's a nice
you
way
keep
to
watering your
decompress.
grass. Yeah.
I mean, watering grass is quite boring.
No, but he's quite control, like kind of, if he gets something in his mind, he has to stick to it. So this grass was pristine. It was like bright green, gorgeous,
wonderful.
like really well kept. And then we put a stretch tent and flooring over it. And
Oh
it all
no!
got
Did
really
it all die?
A little bit. And then there was like part of the garden that didn't have any on it, and that's like gorgeous bright green. And then he's like, see where we had that
Oh,
and where we
bless
didn't?
him.
Look at it, it's
Oh,
gone.
bless him.
And I'm like, it'll come back,
Well,
it'll come
that's
back.
exciting though that it's. I mean, was he gardening? Was he a gardener before?
No, not at all.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, he's taken real pride in the garden. I was like, I'll do
Oh.
the house. I'm in charge of the house. You can do the garden. He was like, okay, fine.
Oh,
You
yeah,
want my input in the house, then I'll do the garden. And
That's
then
a
he
nice way
did.
round.
And
Yeah.
yeah. And then I was still a bit precious. I was like, no, we need this, that. We need hydrangeas. We need this.
Hydrangeas are lovely, but I think as well, grass is still nice. A lot of people say about, oh, grass is so sort of plain. I've sort of thought about getting rid of some of this and putting gravel down because obviously
Yeah.
it's much lower maintenance. But then people do say
No,
like the
there's quite-
smell of
the
the
smell of the grass.
is lovely.
And there's nothing quite like the sun rises in our garden at the end of the garden.
Oh, same. We're the same way.
Yeah, and as much as I hate it because I love a south-facing house in the evening,
Everybody wants the south
it's
facing.
so dark. I know it's so dark in our garden in the afternoon. But then actually saying that we have some, but you just can't see it if that makes sense.
Oh,
It's
sure,
still
sure.
quite bright.
Yeah, yeah.
But it's the other side of the house.
Right,
But
yeah,
anyway,
same.
when you look out to that grass in the morning with the dew and like the sun in the distance, it's beautiful.
Lovely.
Because we considered getting astroturf. I was like,
Jess,
I know,
how could
I know. Now I think of it, I'm like, oh God, it would look awful, especially in my garden.
No, I know loads of people have got it. I think the trouble with it is, in the summer it gets really hot apparently,
Yeah.
and it can like melt. And
Oh, I
then,
don't know about that.
or like, what did somebody say? Some horrible. They were saying about slugs and stuff started coming through it
Oh,
or something.
really?
And then
See, I had in my previous house, I had a really small garden, probably, I'd say probably the size of this gravel. That was my garden.
Oh, yeah, nice.
And that was just astroturf, and it looked really pretty. I had some hydrangeas along the side that I
perfect,
planted,
yeah.
and then it was just astroturf.
yeah.
And it was real looking astroturf.
Oh,
like-
because they're good now
yes,
as well.
they're really good now. But in a garden, what we've got now, which is a lot bigger, it would look ridiculous. So yeah.
Well, I suppose as well, you've got to. Isn't drainage a thing? I would imagine, like, because then if it rains heavily, where's that water going to?
I
guess
don't know.
maybe it does go through.
Probably seeps through it.
Seeps through it probably.
But then it was really bad because I've got a little dog. She's tiny.
Oh well, that's the other
and
thing.
she would wee.
Yeah.
And in the summer, you'd end up smelling it
Yeah.
in the astroturf. So it wasn't porous. So it's like, yeah.
That's what I mean. Yeah, I think that's the problem that
So
they are.
yeah, I definitely would advise. But no, yeah.
But
so
that's lovely. Does he go out with the lawnmower as well and do the lines?
he doesn't, and I'm really annoyed about that because I'm like, if you do a garden, you have to own it, and you have to. He doesn't know.
It's quite fun to do. Occasionally, I'm motivated to do it, but we've got one with the pulley string on it.
Oh, a traditional one.
Very fun to do
Love
that.
that.
Yeah, with you go and then you're off, and there's something about it that just makes you feel very.
I can imagine it's really therapeutic.
It is such a nice therapy.
My brother's got the one that you sit on and like go up and do lines, and I know that he absolutely loves both of my brothers actually.
Oh, really? Yes.
And yeah, I can imagine that's really therapeutic because like literally seeing the lines and
then-
grass cutting.
And if you've got the space, obviously, if you need one of those sit-on ones, then it must be very satisfying to see a whole meadow of
Yeah.
it. It must be lovely.
yeah, Mark, my brother, takes beyond pride in his garden as well.
Oh, really? I
So
didn't know
me
that.
and Michelle would just send things into the group all the time and be like, he's out there again. Like Will would be out there doing his grass, Mark would be doing his grass. It was like the grass wars.
It's lovely though, isn't it? Because I think there was a time when people would laugh at the idea of, oh, taking pride in your garden, why don't you go to Ironapa? And then sort of now, maybe it's obviously
It's a cool thing, but I think
it's cool, but maybe it's just cool for our age. But yeah.
No, I just think it's like the older you get, you kind of just being outside and at one with nature, which sounds so dramatic. And
yeah, but I think it is a way to
it
to
is
be
really
like that.
nice. Like I love nothing more, like even in the winter, than going for like a forest walk with like the dogs.
Lovely.
Presley, my husband, and just like that wrapping up. I just love it.
Yeah, it
Absolutely
is such a joy. We're lucky we have some sort of common land near us, which is such. It really is my favourite place.
Yeah.
And when I was younger, I was like, oh, it's so boring. There's like trees and that.
Yeah.
And my parents would always be taking us. Like we go for a drive. Would you ever do that as a kid? Like
Yeah.
get in the car, we'll go for a
weird
drive.
Is that?
So
Oh
boring.
my God, that's so nostalgic. I haven't heard that expression
No,
for like
does it
30
now?
years. Let's go for a drive.
Well, I guess for our parents' generation, it was such
we
a
didn't
novelty.
have iPads and all that
No
stuff then, did we
way.
either, so.
No way. An Etch-a-Sketch if we were lucky.
Yeah.
Get in the
A
back
Game
of the
Boy,
car.
maybe.
Oh yeah. Well, if you were really highfalutin, I suppose.
But yeah, no, absolutely. Let's go for a drive.
Go
And
for
then,
a drive.
you'd go
Feeling
like
car sick.
to the country.
Yeah.
To the countryside.
And we'd stop at a place, usually with a bit of height, and my parents go like, look at the view. And you know, when you're 7. No one cares.
No, you're like, what view?
What cares about view? And now I look at it and go, oh, this is an amazing place to come to. Like,
They
lovely.
knew what they were doing.
Yeah. Obviously, a lot of people will know you and your family from The Only Way Is Essex, or
God, yeah.
Towie, as it sometimes was called. Was that a fun experience?
Yeah, it was mad. I feel like, I think I left Towie, I want to say 10 years ago or 11 years ago this year.
Oh, wow.
And I was on it for 5 years.
Yeah.
I'm 40 now, and it was started when I was 25. So
Wow, yeah.
yeah, crazy. It was amazing. It was wild. It was nothing what I expected. I expected like this kind of hills like type show.
I was going to say,
like
because it was just
slick
around about the
and-
same time as The Hills with
Yeah,
all
and
those
the
people.
Hills was the only other one really, and Jersey Shore.
Yes. Oh, that's right.
Yeah, so I was like, didn't know what to expect. Like there
Yeah.
are so many reality programs now, so you know
For sure.
you know what you're getting into now pretty
You were
much.
the front runners. You were the first people
Well, we
to
were the
do it, I feel.
first in this country for sure. And then, yeah, like I expected it to be really slick and like the Hills, and I was in a girl band, so I was like, this is the best
I was gonna
showcase for
say,
my girl
yeah,
band. Like,
yeah.
you know, we could get exposure. And then the first episode aired. We didn't get to watch it until it aired, and then they filmed us watching it.
Oh, I think I
Oh my
remember.
gosh. And I think where I thought it was going to be like this kind of more serious and like, now I'm looking back, I don't know how I thought that was going to be possible, because when you look at all the characters, like it is a mix of like crazy, hilarious characters.
Yeah.
And I was like, what? And there were like people having spray tans and the vajazzles and things like that.
Vajazzles,
So
yeah.
it was a shock, because I
Yeah.
didn't know what was coming.
But I thought it was really. I think the reason it endeared itself to people was because it was very genuine. You know?
Absolutely, and I think because of all those things,
Yeah.
it was so shocking
Yeah.
to people watching at home, because they hadn't seen anything like this before.
Everybody loved it and loved
That's
the way
why
that
it just
was like.
went, phew,
Yeah.
whether you loved it or hated it, it was everywhere.
But like seeing your lovely family, and of course, like everybody was just enamoured with everybody there, and the way that also it would show people just going to the shops and going to have a spray tan, whereas the American ones were all like, oh, so I'm working at the magazine today.
Yeah, exactly.
How's your day at the magazine going? It's fine. Like it's
Like
all
really
quite,
yeah, like
it's all
kind of-
so like shiny.
It was very exactly that.
Like selling sunset,
this
I always
was
look at
raw.
now, you know, when they're kind
Oh
of
my
walking
God,
around,
yeah.
like, welcome. They've always got these like really high heels on, which I think,
Oh
you're
my
in these
gosh.
hills, what are you doing?
High
You're gonna-
heels, they're like wearing like something off the runway, and
Welcome
they're
to
showing
this
someone around a
beautiful
house.
home.
I watch Selling Sunset a lot of it now because of the outfits. I'm
Yeah,
like
this is
obsessed
like-
with the fashion and like, and the
shoulder
fact that they
pads.
even wear those things, it's incredible.
Whereas
But,
I love the way that like, I think Towie really led the way with it, of like the very British take on it, which was like, well, yeah, you can have a bit of that, but also like show people as they actually are, or show people going down the
yeah, I
local-
think a lot of people related to the families on it. So
Yeah.
people would be like, oh my God, they're so much like us as a family.
sure, yeah.
Or we used to do that with our parents, and,
Yeah.
and they'd see the bond between the families and stuff. And then obviously there was all the drama,
Yeah,
which is you
yeah.
know,
I
TV
mean,
gold at
yeah,
times.
yeah, yeah.
But yeah, no, it was a crazy experience. But I'm also like, it allowed me to kind of be able to then take on different things in life that I would never have been able to do unless I got into this industry, this wild
Right,
and wonderful
yeah.
industry, which has
Yeah.
can be very daunting at times, but also like incredible. Like I've been to some of the most amazing events and met so many wonderful people. I'll never forget like being at an event with lots of showbiz people and Kate Beckinsale speaking to me and being like, Towie was the only UK English show on TV, and she was filming in, like, I don't know, the Far East, I think.
Oh, yeah.
She was like, and I was watching it, and I was just like, oh my God, I loved her. Like, ever since Pearl Harbor and Serendipity, so she was like my idol. I thought she was stunning, amazing actress. So I just couldn't believe it, and I was so this like world we were launched into, and obviously we were just normal people.
Yeah.
But I kind of wanted to get into it because I love performing. So I grew up doing singing, dancing, acting and everything else. So I was like, this is a great springboard for that.
Yeah, but I mean, I think that's the nature of, well, any career, isn't it? That you never know where it's going to take you. I think it's very few people are like, I'm going to do that one thing and I'm going to go for it. I think inevitably, like, I mean, I never saw myself doing, say, stand-up really, but it was just sort of some friends suggested having a go at it, and then I did, and then it sort of, that led into other things, and from that, I've ended up doing more telly stuff, which I really love as well, but I would never have planned it that way.
No, absolutely. That's the thing. You kind of don't know what you're going to do. And I did a marketing degree. I did marketing and business management, and I did really well at it. And I was like, right, so the next thing I need to do is go out and get a job in marketing.
Marketing, of course.
Did that and was in it for about 5 years. And then I just said to my mum, I keep getting in trouble at work because I keep going for auditions for singing. And they just keep... They know I haven't got another dentist appointment. They know I haven't got a doctor's appointment. I don't know what to do. And my mum was like, are you happy there? And I was like, no, I just want to sing. I want to sing and I know I can do it. And I, you know, like perform. I just loved it. That was where my heart was. And I just, ever since I was a baby. And so she was like, quit. She was like, just leave. Wow. Just go and follow your dreams. Yeah. And I did. And that's when I got in the girl band. And that's when, you know, this girl band we thought was going to explode, whatever. And that's when I was like, oh, this could be good. Mark was like, they want to follow your girl band potentially. And I was like,
oh, perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Amazing.
But I think as well, my brother, who's not in the performing industry at all, he works in construction, but he has a saying, which is hard work has to go somewhere. And I think that's good because, you know, you might have thought, well, I don't know where I'm going to go, but I'm going to keep working. I'm going to keep working at the music stuff. And actually, it's taken you a slightly different direction.
Absolutely. I was up and down the country auditioning for girl bands for like years, and I think you have to put the groundwork in, and it's really tough in this industry as well when you come from a reality program because you get a lot of stick. It's you're not worthy, you're not credible.
Really?
You're only famous because you were on a reality. You don't have a real talent.
Oh, how
Other people have earned it, and I get that. I totally get that. But I think it's so subjective to the person, and that's where that's where there needs to be like a bit of a fine line. It's like when you're on a TV program like Towie, for instance, it ain't easy. Like, Jesus Christ, like the stick you can get behind the scenes, like people's mental health and stuff when you're, because it's your character, isn't it, that people are judging at the end of the day.
And it's in your home and in your, using your family as well, which was very vulnerable.
Yeah, you're opening that up for everyone to judge.
100%.
And editing as well, like you can't control everything. No, so it's not easy, but then at the same time, you know, we're extremely privileged in other areas, of course.
But it's still hard work.
Yeah, it is hard work, and I think everything that I did before Towie, I always worked hard, led to kind of getting me in that world that I wanted to be in.
We're often encouraged to be like, no, don't make a fuss. No, not for you. Not. I mean, maybe it's our era as well. I think perhaps it's slightly different now when people can go online and find heroes and they can find inspiration stories perhaps more easily. But, you know, to keep that confidence in knowing that you are moving forward, even if it feels like you're completely stuck, or even if you feel like it's not going your way, to just keep going with it, I think is...
Absolutely, because I imagine like people that are like A-listers, they definitely will have like similar kind of feelings in terms of like, oh no, it's that film that I wanted, or she got the part, or he got the...
I always have to remind myself of that, because of course we live in the age of comparison with everything online.
Yeah.
I'm always like very aware of, we all do it, don't we?
And everyone's succeeding now as well. And
yes,
you know,
no one's showing they're like, oh, I'm having a really difficult time actually.
Exactly, exactly that. But we all are in our own ways and at our own times, aren't we? There's always times where you feel like you're on top of the world, and then you're like, oh God, I'm failing.
I'm failing because I'm not doing as well as blah blah. But I think I remember watching an interview with, I think it's called "There's Nothing Like a Dame," and it had Judi Dench and Maggie Smith and Eileen Atkins and Joan Plowright, all dames, all very successful actresses, and Maggie Smith was like, I went to America and they said, oh, well, there's no point auditioning because Judy will get her hands on that before you do. And so you realise that even Maggie Smith and Judi Dench are still like...
Crazy.
You know, in
some
their
capacity. Own field, there's like a feeling of, like I'm not good enough or I need to do better.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I mean, isn't that bonkers as well, that must happen? I think it must happen all through life, and I guess you just have to learn to manage it.
Absolutely.
Otherwise is it comparison is the thief of joy?
I totally believe that as well. And it's hard to not compare, isn't it, with people in your field, because you're constantly looking, being like, gosh, I should be doing that. Why aren't I doing
Why
that?
haven't I got this many likes?
Yeah, don't.
And that's kind of why we ended up doing this podcast in the garden, because Alfie said to me, you know, when you're in the garden, everything's fine with you. You don't have any worries.
It's like your little happy place.
So it is, yeah, very much a place where I don't, well, you can't easily be looking at your phone to, you know, I know there's those apps you can use to, like, tell you what plant is what, but I don't even use those because I just go, I'd just rather just get my hands dirty and see, I don't care what it is.
Yeah.
And just see what
That's a good way of approaching it, I think, though.
Yeah, well, I think I just try it and see it, you know, if I have a go, and you know, if it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. In fact, I'll show you one thing that I did try out. Wait there, because I...
Am I waiting here?
You wait there.
Oh,
I'll just go across.
I'm
just going across the trampoline.
When we all go home, do you go on that trampoline in your suit and Crocs?
I should do, shouldn't I? Like this. These lavender, right? These lavender trees, very expensive. Sorry.
Right.
Got these at a garden centre. Spent a lot of money on them. They look beautiful, like sort of, you know, like sort of kind of the ball-shaped ones. Gave them everything they wanted.
Oh.
The best possible life. How do they repay me? By dying.
That is so disheartening and like disappointing. How dare they?
How dare they?
How
I mean,
dare
I did give them a
they?
pot. I didn't just keep them. Maybe this is why they died. That
Yeah.
I held them in my arms.
Took them out the ground.
But don't they look like something out of...
I mean, literally like a horror film.
like a horror film, really.
Yeah.
And I tried to give them everything. But,
So
and
perhaps
I
it's
moved them.
just, is it the light? Where are they in the wrong light?
I changed the lights. They hated that more. I had them in relative shade. I moved them to
These
sun.
plants are very temperamental, aren't
Very
they?
temperamental. And because they can't talk.
No.
yet,
It's basically like having a child.
it's basically like having a child who's much more dramatic. So anyway, that's...
Well, well done for trying,
And
Tom.
for some people just listening, I just picked up two, well, you wouldn't know they were lavender trees, basically two twigs.
With a big bunch of soil at the bottom and loads of scraggy tops.
Exactly, and brought them over to Jojo.
I mean, they look so sad.
They do, don't they? Look, I mean, they might be quite good for Halloween, I was thinking,
I was just going to
actually.
say, why don't you put like cobwebs on them?
Oh, that's
on the front doorstep and like maybe
Do you
little
do that?
ghosts hanging from them.
Have you ever done that? Like,
The
you know,
fake
when people,
cobweb stuff.
or when people dress their doors for Halloween, like when they
I
get
actually haven't, and I'm going to be honest here, and it's a controversial thing to say.
Go for it.
I like Halloween, it's fun,
Yeah.
but I don't get the craze around it. I couldn't dress my house for Halloween. I'm like,
Right.
I just don't.
You
Like
don't-
Christmas, it's like Santa's grotto.
You go all out.
Yeah, but Halloween, don't get me wrong, I love dressing up and going to a Halloween party maybe.
Sure.
But like, I don't, but now I've got obviously Presley, he's really understanding it now. He's definitely going to go
Oh, yeah, he's
trick-or-treating
going to
this
want it
year.
to be
And
part. Yeah.
it's freezing
Alf's a bit
cold.
like that, actually.
And,
Yeah. I think there's an assumption as well. If you
and
like
he's just going to want to
Christmas,
eat all the sweets, and then he'll get grumpy if like he doesn't get
hyper.
the sweets he wants. Yeah, and it's just like, let's just stay home, it's fine. Just watch Hocus Pocus.
Yes, it is a bit like... There's a lot of pressure on Halloween now. It never used to be.
No, don't you think? And
Like when we were a kid, like I remember
Same.
getting a plastic cape from...
literally, no, a bin bag. My mum would
bag,
put a
yes,
bin bag
I
on us.
remember
She'd
that.
cut the hole or whatever and put it over.
Yeah, witch's hat, or just a mask. Just put on a mask.
Oh, the little paper thin masks with the, yeah.
Yeah, lovely. And people, there wasn't a specific thing. You could just be a monster
I
of any
know.
description. Then it all got a bit sort of, I don't know, a bit expensive, a bit American, basically. Where
Oh,
everything is
beyond.
clearly
It's like now you have to wear like something from like the best fancy dress shop in the world.
Yeah, it's
and-
like you've just stepped out of like some.
But in the
costume
US, like
drama.
I never got it as well for Halloween. They dress up as like icons and famous people.
Oh,
There's
yeah.
nothing scary.
I went to America once for Halloween. Somebody dressed up as a table leg.
What?
They just went like as a table, like.
A table leg.
I thought there was like they came as furniture, so there was like 4 of them, all as table legs, and they just had a tabletop that
Oh
they
my
carried around.
God,
And then somebody
hilarious.
else was just like a lampstand.
I can't.
mean, it's
I
quite
actually
camp.
can't.
It was very camp.
In terms of your comedy, going back to that, like that is what impresses me more than anything. Like the thought of getting up
Oh.
and having to be funny, number one, and to an audience
Well.
haunts me. Like it fills me with absolute dread. So for
Me
me,
too.
that's
And
a
the
huge
audience.
talent.
No,
No,
well,
that's an amazing talent to have.
Oh, well, that's very, very generous of you to say, Jess. I mean, I just treat it really as kind of storytelling, and I think as well, though, it's connecting with people. That's what I like about stand-up at its best, is when you get a connection with the audience and you're all having a lovely time together. And I suppose that's what I mean about.
It must be so fulfilling, but then at the same time, I'd be so scared that they didn't laugh and like. But like you clearly are amazing at it. I used to watch. I went to see Lee Evans and Michael McIntyre.
Oh, great!
I absolutely loved them.
Oh, yeah.
So I've got such an appreciation for it. I just could. It's honestly my worst nightmare. Like
It's just, I think as well, what I've learned is it's the capacity to shut down the little voice in my head going, you're not very good at this, you're going to mess this up, they all hate you. If you can get rid of that and be just having a joyful time, easier said than done. But if you just can lean into the joy of it, gosh, I'm sounding very profound today. I'm not normally like this.
It's like you must be so intelligent to be able to do it. You need to land the line as well. It's not even like acting where you can just...
Well, I mean, you just... the less you think about it, the better you are.
Yeah.
I think it's what I've
bless
learned.
you. No, well, you're smashing it. It's amazing.
Oh, Jess, that's very kind. Gosh, it's nice. You're not supposed to be the guest who flatters the. Thank you very much. I'm very taken by that.
Oh.
I mean, I think it's like you say, it doesn't matter what the journey is it? You can form a connection, like you've done through Only Way Is Essex. It doesn't matter. Once you've got that connection with people, they'll stay with you.
Yeah.
And I think that's a lovely thing too.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I think just being yourself as well and just doing what you love is the key to all of it.
Absolutely. Now, talking of connections, I've actually got some little messages from our listeners and viewers. Have these got questions on them? Actually, I'm saying, they're just exclamations of things that people have said. Sorry. I mean, I get given a piece of paper thinking like, oh, there's some questions we've got here for the garden. We can share these. And I thought, having you just complimented me. These are just a series of compliments that people have put underneath. Well, it's funny you say I'm great, Jess, because a very V5 says a very welcome, cheery, therapeutic break.
just read all your compliments for yourself.
Yes, Drew says you could do Danny Dyer next. That was after the Rob Beckett episode.
I love Rob Beckett. Who's your dream guest?
Oh, that's a good question.
Like anyone in the world.
Oh, Elton John.
Oh, amazing. That would be epic.
I've always been an Elton John fan.
Oh, he might, you know.
Maybe. I've never met him. I've always wanted to meet him.
You need to go to Lagarette. He's always in there.
Oh, is that the place in south of France?
In south of France. Lagarette, however you say it, yeah.
Oh.
Just hang out there and be like, hey, you want to do a podcast?
Loitering around.
Loitering
with
around.
my garden furniture.
With a little spade.
Yes. Oh, Elton.
Oh,
they might come on board. Well,
that's a good guess.
Who knows? But sorry, I got that down by mistake.
No worries.
As I say, Jess, the thing about this podcast is I'm very slick and very... Jess, this is where we have been growing some vegetables, and I know you've got a little one, and also you've got your garden you've just done up. Would you consider growing some?
I would love to grow some veg in the garden, to be fair.
I mean, it's we've had varying degrees of success. Alf loves Brussels sprouts, and
oh, it's Brussels.
these are I don't know if they'll be ready for Christmas or not, but they're Brussels sprouts there.
Oh my God, how amazing!
But you can also eat the leaves as sort of Brussels tops.
Really?
Don't get disheartened if you get this sort of lace effect.
Right.
Just where when they first come through, you get a few caterpillars, and slugs love to have a little nibble.
Okay.
But then, hopefully, if things go well, if they keep growing.
So you've got like your little light up watering can.
Light up watering can.
Stunning.
Very chic. Very chic.
Dress the Brussels with the lights. I love it.
Yes, exactly. It's a
Do you
very
want lit up Brussels for Christmas?
They are. It's like the Bellagio.
Yeah.
But with Brussels sprouts in
I'm
a plastic
obsessed.
watering can. Sometimes as well, we end up growing things and then we don't. Like so many runner beans. Turns out runner beans actually aren't that nice.
Oh, I love runner beans.
Oh well, do you want?
I'll take the tree
I've
home
got
with me.
to take the whole tree.
I would feel so proud if I grew, if I was growing vegetables in the garden and actually saw them come into fruition and be like, we did that.
Well, I think it's a nice thing to do. When I first was here, I did a little competition with my nephews where they each had a bucket and we planted potatoes.
Aww.
And then, I mean, it's quite a slow game because you have to wait, obviously, like 3 or 4 months for them to come through. But then when we sort of harvested them, we all saw who'd been the most successful, really, because you just don't know what's under the ground.
Yeah,
and I think
I would
really
like to do
that.
it with Presley, actually, and we've got a little patch that we could do it in, to be fair, I think.
And you can taste the difference, like potatoes. I'd never tasted potatoes like it.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean,
Why is
honestly, I don't know. They just have a bit more
amazing.
sort of life about them. I'll show you, if you wait there, I'll bring over some tomatoes.
Go on. Do you use these tomatoes a lot in your cooking?
Yeah, we use them all the time
Yeah,
when they're in
amazing.
season.
Really
So
nice.
last year we tried to grow them, we didn't know what we were doing, and they grow quite bushy. And so what we learned is you have to take out, as they try and go sideways, you see a little sprig of green. You've got to
Right.
take that out to make it grow. You want it to grow tall like a beanstalk,
Oh, okay.
like a vine, I think. Sometimes they ripen on the vine, but sometimes they just don't, or they fall off,
Right.
and they're a bit green or a bit sort of yellowy.
But aren't you can eat all kinds of like coloured tomatoes, can't you? Because they sell them now as well, don't they, in the different
Yeah,
colours?
those heritage ones, I think, and also in America they do like fried green tomatoes.
Yeah.
I think they're not as sweet.
Right,
if they're
okay.
like that. But also what I found is if you put them in a paper bag, I looked this up online. If you put this up in a paper bag with bananas,
Yeah.
the bananas give off some sort of gas basically as they're ripening, which then causes them to ripen as well.
Oh.
So if you do grow some, and they're
I need
not
to put
like
them in
that,
bags
put them in a
with
paper
bananas.
bag with some bananas.
How weird.
I think you can do it with a lemon as well. But brought them out perfectly.
You learn something new every day.
Exactly. And also the other thing I learned was store them at room temperature. Don't bother putting them in the fridge. Don't know why.
Oh, I have heard that as well. Yeah, about onions and potatoes. Don't put them in the fridge.
Don't put them in the fridge.
And eggs.
And
randomly.
eggs.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
don't put my eggs in the fridge.
No, we don't now.
No.
Gosh.
I did start putting my potatoes and onions in a cupboard,
Oh, yeah.
but then I forget I've got them when I'm cooking, and then I go, yeah. So I just keep them in the fridge again.
Oh, well, there you go.
Yeah.
But we just store them. They'll last forever because you never use them. But, well, Jess, that's a little something. Well, you can take those with you if you like.
Oh, thank
You've got some
you.
seeds there.
So I've got my seeds, a tomato, and some more knowledge of gardening.
and more, and you can have those too as well to see if they ripen up. If you
Okay,
like.
I'm going to put them in a bag with some bananas.
There you go. I should have given you a banana, but we don't grow them.
That's okay.
Oh, well.
Next time.
Well, so I hope there's a couple of gifts for you anyway.
No, beautiful, and I definitely will be doing the little hack you told me about. But I want to know where you're going to plant the chrysanthemum that I bought you.
Oh, this is a lovely gift, Jess. Thank you. When you arrived, nobody else ever brings
Has
a
no
gift
one ever
for
bought you a plant to plant?
Not on this podcast,
Oh,
I'm sorry
what
to
can I
say.
say?
But this is so lovely, and I love chrysanthemums. And they're
They
so
are quite
dramatic.
boring, I get it. And
No,
they're
I don't
kind
think
of
they
like
are
the
at all.
standard sort of.
I like this
But
one.
I like them, and I think they're M&S, and they're really pretty. And I was like, they had this other one. I can't. No, not it's not Agatha. Another one anyway, and it didn't look as nice. And I just was like, they're really pretty. And
Oh, I'm going to. Well, I'll definitely put them in a lovely pot and see how. Because I think the other thing is, when I've been given plants in the past, or bought them for myself even, I leave them in the pot they come in.
Yeah.
And that's actually not good because they want to spread out. So
right, okay, so you take it out and then plant it.
plant it. It says here, position, place indoors in a well-lit position, away from direct sunlight, drafts and heat sources.
Oh, you won't be planting that then.
Well, but actually, when it's mild, I think
should
they
have
don't
read
mind
that,
it.
shouldn't I, when
No,
I
but
bought
when
it?
it's mild, they don't mind it. But also, it's lovely to have indoors. So thank you.
Otherwise, yeah.
Jess, that's gorgeous. I think they're so, but they are kind of a traditional flower, aren't
Yeah.
they? And they go out of fashion, but actually, I
I
think
feel
they're
like
lovely.
someone said it. I feel like in Sex and the City, maybe it was Carrie, and she was like, "It's like the dullest flower, or like the most." I can't remember, but anyway, yeah.
Probably
we're
Kim
stuck with it.
Cattrall gave it to her.
Yeah, maybe. Oh gosh, yeah.
This is lovely. Jess, thank
You're
you so much for being my guest here in the garden on Pottering.
Aw.
Jess, I've really loved chatting to you. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
Pleasure. What a lovely time that was, pottering with me, Tom Allen, and my guest, Jess Wright. Jess is such a lovely person, and I was very inspired to hear that her husband and her brother have been into gardening themselves and getting obsessed with the lawn. You see, it comes to all of us, doesn't it? I love this lovely chrysanthemums as well she brought. I'm very excited to see if those beans I gave her will find a new home in her garden, and maybe they'll get some joy from watching those grow, and maybe we'll get some photos of those beans growing maybe next year. Who knows? Who knows? But I hope you've enjoyed it. If you've enjoyed the episode, tell your friends, and if you didn't enjoy it, shh. But maybe you could write a nice review or put a nice comment if you feel so inclined. Otherwise, I'll see you next time on Pottering. Okay? Bye.